I don't know if you can hear me or not. Let me know if you can hear me. For those of you that are watching this video, my name is Larry D. Reid. I'm the host of LarryReidLive. It comes on every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it really is an entertainment, news, and talk show, but sometimes I just go live and we talk about anything. It can go from serious to silly. It can go from wonderful, educational, deeply spiritual conversation to absolute foolishness. And that's just how it is. So let me know if you can hear me. I don't think I can see any comments, but man, this thing has been on my mind since early this morning. Let me go to my other page and see if I can see comments. I don't know what I sound like because I was supposed to undo this Bluetooth and I didn't do it. So I don't know if you're able to hear me at all or if you have any kind of interference or anything. So, okay, I see you saying you can't hear me. All right. I'm about to have a conversation. And it ain't going to be long because I don't know how long this thing going to stay in. But like I was saying about the show, I think some months ago I started doing like a Sunday morning prayer at 8 a.m. And this morning, there were hundreds of people up there this morning, but I don't know if any of you were on it. I know the patrons were probably on it, but let me just tell you what happened in the middle of the prayer, which could have been easily overlooked. You know how sometimes when you having a conversation with a person and something just pop in your mind and you add it to the conversation, and then after you leave the conversation, you're like, oh, I had that moment of inspiration, and that person tell you, oh, there was something that I needed, and you leave feeling like, wow, you just had like a divine moment. Well, it's the same thing in prayer. Sometimes you have your petitions going and you're talking to God and whatever, and then you get these inspirations in the middle of them. Now, I call them prophetic unctions, but I don't know what you may call them. You just call them whatever. But while we were doing the prayer, there was some language that came out of me as it relates to getting back to your roots. And it's almost like I started having a conversation with someone and then praying to God as them, and then as an intercessor, like speaking to them. And I ain't been able to shake the thing all morning long. I mean, it just sort of got me feeling like this, in the inside, like you're on the verge of like a cry, on the verge of like you're nervous, like something about to happen. And I just begin to think about so many different people that I've known for so many years, and people I've crossed paths with, and so many areas of the country and other countries that I worked in, as a pastor, been their apostle, their bishop, and now working in the way that I'm working now. And I just started praying for these people. And it came in my mind. I'm not going to say God told me to say it, but it just came in my heart. Talk from your LarryReidLive platform as if you're talking to them. And so that's what I'm going to do. And you may feel as though that I'm talking to you, and I am, because it's in my heart and in my mind to say this. And you know who you are. And this is what I want to say to you. Everything that you have experienced, that you have done, has happened to you, all the way up to this very moment. We're going to believe from, what's this, July the 12th. Oh, that's that number 12. 12 and 8. They always show up as key moments in my life. We're going to believe from July the 12th, 2020, back, that all of this happened for a specific and a divine reason. All of it, every drop of it. Yes, that too. Whether it was a divorce, a wrong turn, a mistake, a stupid moment, or a stupid season of years, it was all for a specific purpose. But through those changes and those different experiences, you lost something. And you know who you are. This is not for everybody. You lost something and you know you did. Something was lost out of your spirit. Something was lost out of your soul. Something bankrupted a portion of your spirit, your spirituality. And I'm going to say your connection with God. All of that got shook up. And it happens. Life happens. But remember, it was all for a purpose. So I'm just here to tell you now, eyeball to eyeball, that you lost something and it's time to get it back. And the way for you to get it back, your cutting edge, that thing that was in your walk with God, that thing that was in your prayer life, you got to get it back. And this is the way. This is what I knew. This is what I knew. You got to get back to your roots. Now, let me say this. Through all of those changes, there are things that you probably reached for, probably different disciplines, maybe even new beliefs or expanded beliefs, because you don't never leave one belief and then go to an entirely different belief, because that's not true. You may think that's what you're doing, and a part of you may feel like you need to do that, but it's probably the part of you that is unresolved with something in the past. No, you just collect knowledge, and then you develop your beliefs as you apply them and try them. It's almost like an experiment. Some of those things hold to them because that's expansive thinking and thought, and it's good for your future and where you're going. But you let go too much of your roots. And in order for you to go where you are destined to go, and you know what you're destined to do, you got to go back to your roots and grow from there. Redevelop that prayer life. Redevelop that connection to God. Recommit to that moment in prayer, that time of meditation. Yes, go get your Bible, because you was raised that way. You're going to read the Bible. It's not even going to speak to you the same. It's going to be totally different. Like, I didn't even see this in the end. With the set of eyes and the expanded mind and everything you got right now, you go back to it. Go back to the roots. Because some of you because of what happened, you turned away from your roots. You went to try your own way because you already tried the way mama and them raised you, or the way that your pastor said, or the way that you saw everybody else did it. And you needed to have that trial. You needed to go that way. If you look at the story of the prodigal son, that was needful for him. Did it have to be? I would say it didn't have to be, but it was. And from what I see, it played a part in him coming back and the ring being put on his finger and the celebration. That experience was not just for him, it was also for his father. So, yes, you turned away. You went and tried your way. You made a conscious decision to do so. Some of you made a conscious decision, I'm not praying anymore, and I'm going to break away from the crew, from the group, from the way they said do it, the way mama and them said it got to be done. And you picked up a whole lot of little different things to bring you what you thought to be a joy you was missing, like something you missed out on. I didn't get to experience this because I was in holiness. I didn't get to experience this because my mama had such a hold on me, because my pastor, my trainer, or whatever, this group thinking kept me in this, and that's not good. So that's why I said, some of you, it was good for you to break away, because group talk ain't good for nobody, never. You need to have your own head on your own shoulders. But now you done did all of that. And recently, see, this is the prophetic part, because it came up in prayer. I know recently, in the last 3 or 4 months, you have been realizing your own emptiness. And there ain't nobody to blame. Not no more. You done pulled away from everybody that you possibly could have rightfully or wrongfully project blame on. Now you left with that same emptiness again after all of that. Oh my God. And it's brought you pain, some of that stuff. It's brought you some pain. So God, I believe to be God, is telling me to tell you to answer the call to come back home. And I don't know what that looks like for you. But answer that call to get back to whatever the it is. Just bring it right on back. You got to get back to your roots, and you're going to grow from there. Because it's like you hit a ceiling in your career, in your finances, in your money. You know, you got some stuff you want to do, but it's like you can't get past this. It's because the roots have to go deeper. So you got to go back to them and grow them deeper. And it's going to be like a brand new Bible to you. It's going to be like a brand new God experience to you. It's going to be like a whole new world. I don't know when this is going to cut off because it get hot and it shut down. So let me hurry up and finish what I got to say. Reconnect. Some of you is going to be a reconnection to your prophet, to your old pastor. You have to do it, and you have to do it now for you to become and realize the purpose for which you were born. You were born for something that's unique. It ain't like nobody else. Just get that out your head. It ain't like that. It's something new, just as unique as your fingerprint. So I'm saying return back to prayer quickly. And I want you to do it with this in mind, that every open opportunity has a time continuum to it, so that access can be barred and blocked. That space in that room in spirituality and in the spirit world and in God that you know so well that you have been disconnected from. Go back to that space and let the roots grow deeper. And you're going to have an entirely different experience. Make a decision to get back to your roots. I hear you and I feel what you're saying, but I got liquor in the refrigerator. I just bought $60 worth. I got $100 worth of weed over here. I got a whole hole that I call every once in a while over here. You know, I'm now staying with somebody else's husband or with somebody else's wife or with my new lover. I don't care. For me to come on my platform that's an entertainment platform, I would do this with the Patreons or on the prayer call. But for me to do this right here, this is like your time to recut the covenant and to get yourself back to your roots and disentangle yourself like Jada just did from August. Disentangle yourself from whatever is you know that is not serving your future well, and do it right now. And when we began to talk about this morning, and they've been coming in, and I told them, I've been telling everybody, whenever you donate to this platform, to do it with 3 8s. Because 2020, 2021, 2022, from what I saw and what I received, are going to be years of transition. Not just on a personal level, but business, even our world, our government, our country, and all those things. I said, so every time that you donate to this platform, do it in the 8s, because it's like prophetically cementing your future and securing your future. It's just a symbol. It's just a symbol of you securing your future, cutting the covenant with your future, and stand in that space to where you know you're working to a new beginning of all things. And I know it's just $8.88. I said it this morning. I said, and you may not want to do it with this platform, but do it with somebody else's platform. You really should do it with the platform you heard, and then wherever your covenant is at. And every time you sow in y'all churches or give to some, put it in the 8s. And I'm telling you, this happened to my church churches at the time in 2008. We done all sowing in the 8s. I can't begin to tell you the miraculous things that happen. But with this mind and heart decision to get back to the roots, also do this faith act in your church with your pastor, or if you want to do it with this platform. And it's just $8.88. But don't do it if you're not having the change of mind because you're just giving away your money. And $8, at least a combo, Burger King, the McDonald's or somewhere. Smoothie, you can go to Smoothie King and get one of them strawberry kiwi things. But I know with everything that's in the inside of me, and ask God for help to get back to your roots. Because some of you got a whole lot of stuff that you done got clouded. Ask God for some help to get back to your roots and make a decision today in the midst of the tug of war that you're going to head on back. I think this pandemic, with us being in the house, one of the main things that we're supposed to be doing is getting back to our roots. And maybe you knew that before listening to me, and maybe you didn't, but I'm here to tell you. And remember, if you know you're called to be a master in a certain industry, listen to me, listen. If you know you're called to master in the world of education, to master in the world of social justice, to master in the medicinal world, to master in the world of arts and entertainment, every master empties his cup every so often at certain key seasons. Every master empties their cup. And they do it from a posture of a willingness to throw everything out that's no longer serving the future that they see now. It's like a renewal of vision. So maybe this is what this conversation is about between me and you. You're a master for some of you. And you know that you're supposed to master in that industry. And the next phase is about getting back to what you know has worked, your roots. And from there, grow and go, grow and go, grow and go, grow and go into that next phase. And you're going to find yourself in it and going into it exactly where you have been dreaming to be. 888, 2020, 21, 2022. By 23 going into 24, you're going to be in it completely, entirely. Completely and entirely. There was a prophecy that was released at my church in 2015 about 2020. It happened for me. I looked at some of the ones that sold the $300 seed. I don't see where it's happened for some of them. Oh, I see a couple where it has. But about their business, God did it for me and blew my mind. Still blowing my mind right now. Oh, Lord, this came to my mind. Oh, if you want to give it to this platform, if somebody in there, put all of that in there. Let me finish my thought, because y'all know how I am. I don't know if that's a disease or the what, but y'all put that in there. But I look, and certain people followed through, and we talk about the change of the church and how it was going to be. This is in 2020. Then in 2015. Then 2016, I talked about going beyond the four walls of the church. Everybody going online, building your business, building ministry. It's like God always keep me in the future of what's about to happen, right steps ahead. So I pulled the church into an online experience before I stopped pastoring in 2017, January. Then, like last year, I began to get these promptings about I had a dream about my children, pulling them up out of school. Now they're making these children go to school now, but my children are already in an online private Christian school, because it's like I've always been in the future. And then when the stuff was talking these little chatters in February, I said, no, it's the pandemic. We need to wear masks, Before we even heard this thing on TV, there's so many other instances, that those in there probably can tell you. But I'm just telling you that so that you have something to hold on to in your faith, that what I am saying and you taking me up on what I'm saying and following through with what I'm saying, there's evidence, trackable evidence online of what I say, it comes to pass. And I'm telling you, I want to encourage you, And really it's confirmation because you already know this. You've been feeling it. You just been flinging it off, flinging it off, flinging it off. Still going to get the drink, flinging it off, flinging it off. Still going to mess with the hoe. For you, and I ain't saying if you're doing any of those things or you just the devil, whatever, but you know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you know that ain't your life. And that's not how you were raised. That's not what Big Mama and them put in you. That's not what your grandparents told you about. That's not how they made it through. They had their hand in God's hand doing this thing a certain kind of way. And so you got to get back to your roots. I don't care what it is you're doing. Don't you ever leave your roots. Prayer, fasting, following through the prophetic directive that come from prophets, sowing, praise. You remember how when church used to start, you lift your hands and feel that thing? And you were the first one on the floor giving God praise. That fire gone from you. You remember a morning prayer, you'll pull yourself out the bed, I don't care how tired you was, and you'll get in there and pray. Clap your hand, thank you, Jesus, and just until you get out of your sleepiness and then connect with God. Gone. Just gone. And you need it for the next phase that you're going into in that industry, as relates to that next phase that you're dreaming about as far as finance and even in love. That thing ain't coming to a robber, a thief, somebody that has tasted the great things of God and said, you know what, I'm out. When other folk ain't even had the taste you had. Don't even know nothing about the revelation and being in those prophetic and apostolic atmospheres where these downloads and miracles. They don't even know. They think it's all TV. They look at Marvel and think, oh, I wonder if somebody, they don't know nothing about traveling out your body to other countries and stuff where the Holy Ghost take you on a journey and then bring you back to yourself with a message and insight and information. And they don't know nothing about that. And you do and left it. Okay. All the way up until now, everything divinely wanted. Now, from here forward, your directive is get back to my roots and grow from there. Don't leave it. I don't care what industry you're in. I'm in entertainment. My lure is comedy. I make folk laugh and say stuff that people think is inappropriate. So I can't believe he's doing that. And oh my God. I know what I'm called to do. But I use that to do 159 things that I was wishing I can do as a pastor those 20 years. So you got to know what you're supposed to do. But in your personal time, like me, my personal time, I never left my roots. Some of us did. So get back to your roots. Grow from there. If you have a ministry and a church home, make sure they ain't gonna know why. Your prophet, your pastor say, you know what, I'm a reconnect. Or meant to be a mentor. Send them something with 3 8s in it and say from today forward. From today forward. And I know $8.88 sound like it ain't nothing, but it ain't about the amount. Let me tell you, it's not even about that. It's much deeper. It's about the follow through. We really got to learn how to put our money where our mouth is. We have to do that across the board in every area of our life, especially when it comes to our worship and our commitment. You cannot worship without your money when it comes to God. You can't. Don't believe what nobody else telling y'all. So, all right. So this is my rant for today. That thing was on, man. It's off of me now. Thank you, Jesus. Now I can just go be regular. I was sitting here, and folks were washing my car. I said, they got to hear it and finish trying to go and do this thing. All right, I'll see you guys later. Share this, hit like, share it with everybody. If Kendra's watching me, you put everything in there where people want to donate and they want to make the covenant here. Put that in there for them. And I hope you heard me. And watch this more than one time. Don't watch this one time and be like, I got it. No. Watch this whole video at least 2 or 3 more times. because you got to make sure you get this, all right? All right. I'm signing off. Goodbye. See you on tomorrow night. Larry Live, 7 p.m.